Don't let the sunlight fool you. Yeah, it's sunny. It is also cold, but we are so glad to have the sun. This is what things have looked like here for most of the last week. It has been raining and raining and raining and misty and raining just about the entire week, and finally glad to get a little bit of a break, even though that break may be just today. Unfortunately, we're talking about another chance of winter precipitation, whatever that might be, coming up within the next couple of days. So it just continues to be brutal. This winter has just, it's been a hard one already. We're gonna get in here, get Cricket and MJ and them fed. Yeah, you can hear Cricket. Hey, Cricket. Alright, you're okay. Yes, I know we're a little late. We're a little late, you'll be fine. A little late, you'll be fine. We are a little late, but you will be fine. Yes, you will. It won't take you long to kill that, will it? Then go find MJ and then once she kills this bottle, which, yep, that's all it took. Told you, don't take her long. Hey, Muffy. Hey, Muff. What? Set this chair back up. Watch out. I'm coming. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Hi. I have company watching me. Yeah. Uh-oh. Junior finished before you this time. Usually MJ sucks him down first. He's usually a little bit slower. But Junior, no, here. He's like, you ain't fooling me with that. I don't there ain't nothing in there. No, Junior. You've had yours. Sister's gotta have hers. Sister's just a little slower than you are this time. It's kind of unusual. It ain't for the effort, I tell you what. She put a lot of effort into it, I tell you that. Junior, stop it. He's definitely a boy. It's real close to sale time for, ouch. Let me close this first. Do the necessities before I try to talk. There are several on this side that are large enough, actually almost too large, to be ready to go to the sale. It's just unfortunately, because of all the rain and the wet and the mud, there's also several of them that have foot scald. Now, scald is very different than foot rot, which can also be an issue this time of year when it's so wet. We're just kind of enjoying a little bit of sunlight. You may have heard me talk about foot scald in the past, and it's not so much caused by bacteria like foot rot is, but what it is goat sheep, and pigs, I think. I'll have to double check myself on that. They are about the only split hoof animal that their toes flex independently. You know, cow hooves are split, but they still move together. They have a little bit of flex, but not a lot. Horses, same way, they have a little flex. But goat, sheep, and pigs, their toes can flex a lot. And what happens when it's so wet is moisture gets up in between those toes, and then it rubs as they walk and move, and it makes a sore up in the top part of the clove, and it becomes very tender. And unfortunately, that's just one of those things that you seem like wind up having to deal with every late fall and spring when it gets really, really wet. So we're got to figure out a game plan for that, because like I said, sale is going to be a week from yesterday. So we've got to try to get some of these sorted, marked, and see what we can try to do to take care of that foot scald. Because I'll be perfectly honest with you, they hit the sale ring and they're limping. Most people are just immediately, especially as wet as it's been, is going to say, oh, that's foot rot, nah, don't want him. Or the price will drop because of that. It's about like sending an injured animal through, where technically all they really need is a dry spot to be for a little while. So, but you still want to try to clear that up so that animal hits the sale ring looking like the healthy animal they really are. Unfortunately, I've got to try to fix my rain gauge. I forgot to empty it, and it froze, and yes, it busted. Took me 35 years to get my own rain gauge. That's kind of a joke, but not exactly. Anyway, let me get to the house, drop these bottles off, and then we can see what we can get into for the rest of the day. Try to figure out a game plan to get these lambs ready for sale. Okay, so it has been determined that what I thought we might be doing is probably what we're going to do. So what we are going to do is I'm going to get this gate, supposed to be a gate, secured back up. They keep knocking off the far end is where they tear things up. So I'm going to put 3 or 4 fasteners over there just to make sure that it's good and solid, so maybe they'll have less chance of tearing it down. I'm going to fix where they've knocked, about half knocked down that panel out there. You see the post leaning over. So what we'll do, the younger lambs and their mamas will come to this side, since the mamas really like eating out of these feeders better than they do the trough feeder. So we'll bring them over here, because they're going to have to eventually move over here anyway, because we've got to get Cricket's pen moved to that pen over here, so we can move them there, and be ready for the yearlings to come in to start lambing. Did you catch that? Or did you get seasick on the camera? Well, that's the plan anyway. Talked about before is when we finish this season, we do plan on redoing a lot of this, like real gates, you know, instead of making do. I'll get some small chain and clips and make that where we can open and close it much easier. Because the more you relied on things that are tied, the more you rely on things that are just tied. Well, once again, the weather gets really ugly on us. It's been raining pretty much all day. Expecting this to possibly change to snow, freezing rain at best, and temperatures 17 degrees tonight. Yeah. Well, as you can hear, they're all very understanding that feeding time is so close. We did get our rams separated for sale over here. Well, not just the rams, but a couple of kids too. They might not be going to sale anyhow. Oh, that wind's coming right through that door. Never did get the tarp up on the door for a wind block. And that, too many things happening at once. Well, the buckets are done. Gonna run to the house, warm up for a minute, grab supper, get down here because we've got all these pins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pins in here to feed, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and the cows outside. So, whew, it's time to warm up for a minute before we do much else. So this is actually a rain catch barrel, which it would catch a bit of rain out there right now, but it's we're going to fill it up for a backup supply of water in the barn. I'm going to grab another barrel, set it in here with it, fill it up too, so that we have some backups just in case. Well, we did survive the cold weather last night pretty well, actually. It was miserable by the time we got through feeding last night. The back of my coat was a crusty layer of ice. So was my mustache and beard, and my toboggan. Well, I'm not wearing it tonight. Didn't dry out very well. And my gloves. But we've got backups. Yes, I do have coveralls, but coveralls are so stinking heavy that when I give in and finally wear the coveralls, you know it's bad, because I usually wind up having leg cramps most of the night after I wear them. So that's why I really don't like to, if I don't just absolutely have to. And I'm cold, but warm enough now. So before I get started, fit check. What am I wearing? Well, I have 2 pairs of socks and of course my boots. I also have thermals, thin sweatpants, and pants. On the upper, I have a t-shirt, a thermal, Carhartt welding shirt, a hoodie, and my coat. And I'm still just a little bit cool. I wish I had my knit cap. Yeah, because I can sure fill it up here. Our idea of drawing up water in the barrels was a good idea, considering that none of the water is running. Hydrants froze, apparently. But now we have to get it out of there. I didn't think about that last night. Should have set it up on a pallet stack so it would gravity flow, but we'll figure it out. Alright, well, everybody's fed except for the pigs, the slaughter rams, cows, and all that, as usual this time of night. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to carry along with me because it is so dark. Because of the cloud cover, it got dark pretty early today. But everybody has some water for tonight except for this pen right here. Everybody has water except for this pen right here. The lambs that we sorted out to take to the sale, that then we found out there wasn't going to be one because of the weather. Still not real sure what we're doing with that. They said they would take them by appointment, but we'll have to research a little bit to see what that means as far as prices. But anyway, I've got to try to get them water. I went ahead and told Teresa and Carmen to go on up, because no sense in all of us freezing to death out here. Which, I mean, it's not. Those of you that are accustomed to the northern weather would laugh and probably be running around in just a vest and a hoodie. But when these weather swings come so harsh, you know, it's hard for everybody to adjust. I've had to let the tractor run for, oh God, probably a good 10 minutes. Hydraulics would not work at all. Let's see. Alright, a little stiff, but we're getting there. So, I have to let them go another minute or two. Boy, that's stiff. We'll have another 2 days. I'll idle it up for a couple minutes, see if that don't help a little more. Once again, these guys still have about the driest, best spot in the place. They do have them a good bit of hay packed down. They've got good hay packed down, and good wind block. Our prevailing winds come from that way, so they can get around that corner up in there and do pretty well. Looking good, they really are. Looks like what bit of water they've had has been frozen most of the day. Let me see if I can. The temperature's coming up on the tractor, barely, but I'll idle it down for a bit, because I also hate just wasting fuel. Now, the fun part. See if we can get some water. Looks like the valve's broke. Take me a few minutes, so I'll put you on hold. Well, I'm going to have to go back for their water, because I'm going to have to hand carry, and I'm liable to be fussing, so I'm not going to take you along for that, okay? Okay. And who needs that, right? Hey, Layla, what are you doing? Feed's over there. You're going to have to get your way into a trough, okay? But it freezes into these hard peaks, and it is like, it's almost as bad as walking on rocks, literally. So I guess the only option I have, get a pallet, try to get this barrel wrestled on a pallet so I can gravity flow some water out of here. Gloves are wet enough that they're Hands aren't froze, but my gloves are sticking to everything. I'll get everybody some water. It may not be everything they want, but they'll have some water for tonight. I think I'm going to cut this here. We'll see y'all next time.